Hi guys, thanks for watching. So clearly I have already done my eyebrows. I just put up a eyebrow tutorial, so go check it out if you want to know about plucking and trimming and doing your eyebrows. They're a little bit crazy looking, but that is okay because I'm going to show you how to put the rest of your makeup on and just kind of do an easy look. So if you don't do your eyebrows, this is a really easy step-by-step way to follow a daily makeup routine. If you do your eyebrows, then just put them on real quick before. Go watch my other video if you need some tips. This is going to be no crazy liquid eyeliner, no eyeshadow, because I know sometimes those are scary if you're sort of new at makeup and you just want like an easy, simple version. So I'm just going to show you an easy, simple version of makeup. All right, so I started with my eyebrows. Next thing I am going to do is just put on a cream or liquid eyeshadow base, because then there's like a tiny little bit of color to my eyes, but I'm not doing any crazy blending or anything. So gives a little highlight in the corner, and it's just, this is a really basic, simple color. This is a Mary Kay product that unfortunately we don't sell anymore, but we switched over to these amazing liquid eyeshadows. So this one is a cream. I'll show you there, cream, very shimmery. I like this color. And so we have this new liquid ones that are really similar, built-in primer and stuff, so you don't even have to do the primer step. You just slap this right on and it's super easy. So I'm just using my finger to apply. I like to use my pointer finger on my eyes just because I find that my fourth finger is not like as precise, I guess is maybe the right word. So knowing though that I need to be gentle on my eyes, I press really lightly and pull really lightly and just try and do like little gentle pats so that I don't damage my eye skin or hurt it at all. Also, just be careful, since this stuff is like shimmery, that you're not gonna get it like way crazy past your eye, because it'll show up on your foundation if you're not careful. Okay, so just basic foundation. This is my Ivory C110 matte finish Mary Kay foundation. I love it. That's what the tube looks like, just this little, sorry, the sunlight is kind of shining on the product, but it's just this little tube. Comes out, you know, just basic. I am going to use my fourth finger for this because it doesn't need to be quite as precise. So we're just putting that on our skin. You can use a blending tool if you would like. I am just sort of dotting on some makeup first, and then I go in with my beauty blender to kind of get it blended in. My words are not with me today. Goodness. Okay, so just putting this on. Guys, I went to the store today, and oh my goodness. So I went to Kroger, just like a basic grocery store, and it was like, I don't know, I feel like it's the apocalypse. I mean, it's not, but like it could be way worse, but it's still kind of scary. Like everybody's in gloves and masks, and you like try and smile at people like with your eyes. You're like, but then you just look scary. That's what I felt like I was doing today. Like just trying to like smile at people so that I looked friendly even though I had a mask on. Like I just feel so impersonal with my face covered. It's weird. You don't realize like how much you interact with people normally with just your face, you know, or like say hi or whatever, but it's hard to hear people through masks and stuff. So I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, okay. So now I'm just blending this in with my beauty blender. Make sure you get your neck. I harp on that because I feel so bad for the girls that walk around with a makeup line. Like, girl, can't you see that? Like, don't you know that that's happening to you? Oh my goodness. And how do you tell someone, like, baby girl, please just blend your makeup. Put it on your neck. It's not that hard. All right. I also find that if you're not careful, rub it in right around your nose there, it ends up looking cakey even if it's not cakey. So that is like a big thing for me. Like I'm like, I don't want my makeup to look cakey. Like I want it to look good. I want people to be like, oh, you do nice makeup, but I don't want it to be like, girl, you got way too much makeup on. All right, so I'm creating the shape of my eye by my foundation. So like I used my eyeshadow to just kind of create this shape, but I'm also doing it with my foundation. That is gonna create a little bit of drama without having to do crazy eyeshadow, which is kind of nice. All right, just blend in. Sorry for my purple stains on my face and in my parts. I did sort of like a, actually, I'm gonna be honest, I could not find foundation. I mean, sorry, hair color, hair dye anywhere, and I didn't feel like waiting for it to come in the mail. So I just got whatever they had at Walmart, and it was like some weird random like Splat brand hair dye that's like in celebration of Birds of Prey, which is like the spin-off of Harley Quinn and her sort of like girl gang. So this was inspired by one of the villains, or one of the girls. I guess they're not villains technically because they're like the heroes of the show, the movie, but technically they're villains. Anyways, so it's like this bright purple, but since my hair is so dark, just kind of made it like sort of a purpley black color, which I am in love with. All right, careful to get right up against your eyebrows so you don't have a line. Kind of pat that in with my finger sometimes if my beauty blender is not doing the job. All right, same thing here. Okay, right up against my eyebrow. And then sometimes I go back in with the other side that doesn't have all the foundation all over it and try and blend it in a little bit. Okay, let me make sure that that's blended in. Okay, ooh, and girl, don't forget to put some right here because then you end up with like sort of dark looking eyes. This is a spot you want brightened. So if you are nervous that you're gonna like wipe off your eyeshadow by putting your foundation here, do your foundation first and then put your eyeshadow on. Okay. All right, looking pretty good. I think I got an eyelash in my eye. I always seem to do something to like injure myself, no matter how hard I try not to. Okay, so we're just gonna use a translucent powder to just set. Oh, look at me forgetting. Concealer. Okay, again, just a Mary Kay light ivory because I'm a pale baby. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit. I kind of got a little thicker under my eyes with my foundation already, so I don't need to go crazy. Put on my nose and my lip. I like to get right around here because I just feel like that's red on me for whatever reason. I'm actually gonna try and cover that up a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. All right, not like I'm going anywhere, right? Oh, I got it on my hair. Oh dear. Okay. This is a disaster. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have tried that. Okay, guys, never mind. Don't get it too close to your hairline because then you just end up with this horrible look. Sometimes if you go back in with like a slightly damp cloth, you can kind of like fix that. Don't mind me. I'm a mess. It's all this alone time in quarantine, I swear. Okay, so we're just patting in our, patting in our concealer and getting it nice and under our eyes. Okay. Nice. Also sometimes I find, like I love my beauty blender, but sometimes it's just like not quite doing it for me. So you can always blend with your fingers. Little pats. All right. Make sure you're blending. That's another thing. People sometimes like don't get the makeup around their nose holes, and then you can tell when their foundation is like too light or too dark. I know mine is kind of too light because the sun's finally starting to come out and shine on my skin, and I'm starting to get a little tiny bit darker, which is so exciting. Okay. So like I said, powder. If you don't want to bother with concealer and you just want to do your foundation, that's totally fine too. I don't always wear concealer, but I like to add it for my tutorials so that people know where to put it and how to do it. You can do some on your forehead too, like this spot right here if you want. I don't really tend to get acne or redness up there. I do get redness on my cheeks and my like all the way up to under my eyes sometimes, just because I have a natural sort of a flush going on. So if I'm trying to cover that up, I'll conceal those areas. I like to use powder to finish it off because I feel like it helps it set, helps it stay, and kind of gives it a matte finish. And also, for whatever reason, I just find that it's easier to put on my like contour and highlight when I put powder on, because I think it's just like the powder on powder that works better than putting powder over cream. So if you just use like a powder foundation, then you probably don't need a setting powder. Okay, I also always make such a mess with my powder. I managed not to today, so A+. All right, now I think I'm gonna do my eyes next. Sometimes I switch up my order of what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do my eyes next because if I'm gonna be sort of like tugging on my eye to get into where I need to, I don't wanna be wiping off my highlighter or whatever else I'm gonna put on. Okay, so just using a pencil eyeliner. I am using Steely instead of our regular black, so it's a little bit less of an intense look because I didn't do like a full eyeshadow and everything. I like to put it in my waterline, but you don't have to. And I actually don't think I'm gonna do it today, just for kicks, because not everyone likes to do it, so I won't freak you out. Okay, so gentle tugs on your eye. If you're gonna pull on your eye to try and make like a straight line to draw on, don't be yanking on your eye. Your skin around your eyes is sensitive. It is way thinner than the rest of your skin, so you wanna be careful. Okay, sorry, it's hard to talk and do eyeliner at the same time. Okay, another thing I'm gonna say it every time. Draw your eyeliner line as close to your eyelashes as possible, because otherwise you end up looking ridiculous. I hate to say it because it looks ridiculous. If there's just a line chilling on your eye and it's not like up against your eyelashes, it doesn't blend. And the whole point of eyeliner, as you can tell, even with just that tiny bit I put on, is to make your eyelashes look thicker and darker and be more beautiful and full. But if my line is too far up, you can tell and it looks silly. So get that line as close to your eyelashes as possible, girl, and blend it, right? So when I get to the point of my eye where it starts to slope down again, that's where I like kind of cut off my drawing of my eyeliner, because that's like the natural curve of my eye. Follow your natural lines, girl, or boy, whoever's watching this. All right. Oh, and after I said that, I just totally messed up. Oh well. I guess we're going with slightly thicker look than I originally planned. Okay. One of my amazing Mary Kay sisters told me that this eyeliner, if you put it on, you can take like a fine end brush, so with the dense bristles, and use any color eyeshadow you want and like press it on there and it'll show up that color. So like if you want to do like a sparkly eyeliner or like a red eyeliner or any color, do the Steely, and then you can sort of like press the color onto the eyeliner that you drew. It's a good look. My personal favorite is I have a really good friend, and she does gorgeous makeup. And for a while, she rocked this sort of like maroon eyeliner, and she had really dark features and really olivey, beautiful skin, and it looks so good on her. Oh my goodness. But you have to be careful because she used like a lipstick that was also eye safe to make that eyeliner. Be careful. Don't just be throwing stuff on your eyes that isn't double checked first, because your eyes are sensitive, so be careful. Okay, so you can see, got my line all the way over. Now, this is hard because if you don't want to like make a wing, then you do need to stop at some point, but you don't want to stop so that it just looks like so abrupt. So kind of blending it down into the corner of your eye helps, but sometimes that can kind of make your eye look smaller, and if you're like trying to avoid that, so just be careful. All right, so I like to go under too, because I feel like it's more uniform looking, but I try and go a lot lighter underneath my eye. You can go in with a Q-tip and kind of like smudge it if you want. I tend to just kind of do my finger because I don't want it to be super smudgy. Okay, but you can, even right now, you can tell the difference between this eye over here that has eyeliner. It's looking a little darker, more intense, a little fuller compared to the one that doesn't. But it still looks natural, you know? So that's what we're going for. All right, same thing over here. Just gently pull on the corner. All right. And careful not to press too hard, because a couple times I've done that and then my eyeliner ends up under my eye because I pushed too hard. So just be gentle. All right. And if you're not careful and you get this line too thick, it ends up looking like this weird little curly wing that I hate, so careful. All right, now even just that you could do if you're trying to go for like a thinner look. Just that really faint line right at the thicker part of your eyelashes, but I'm going a little bit fuller because I messed this one up. All right. it's so quiet. Sorry, it's hard to talk and do my eyeliner at the same time. All right. Awesome. Little strokes help. If you push and try and do this line all the way across, not gonna end up good. So be careful. Okay, so I wanna make sure they look even, which I am thinking they look pretty even. Good, okay, so now underneath. All right. You feel like you're gonna poke yourself in the eye when you go underneath. Just be warned. All right, so we're done with that. Okay, I like to do my mascara last, adjusting my seating. Just because I do, I don't know. I don't really have a reason for it. Okay, I am using now, our palettes are amazing. I love them. Okay, because they are magnetic and you can pull it right out. That's where the spot where it just was, I can pull it out so that I don't accidentally get my other colors on the brush, which I really like. Okay, so I'm just using our nice little contour, little angled brush. All right, and so I feel like no one ever explains where you're supposed to put contour, and everybody's face is shaped differently. So I'm gonna tell you my little trick that I use. The whole point of contour is to create definition and shadow in your face, okay? It's not to make you look like a crazy Kardashian. You don't need to go for that, especially on like a day-to-day look. Okay, so this is our secret. Make a little fish face. This line. Okay, so my hairline kind of helps, but it's like the top of my ear down to the corner of my mouth. Like right there, okay, where you would hold your phone. That line is where you want your contour to go. If it's bronzer, it's a little bit of a different story because your bronzer is designed to kind of just be like an added color to your face, so that can go a little higher up. But this, you just want to create that definition. You don't want it to be intense or crazy looking. And the more blending you can do, the better. A little bit up on your forehead is always a good idea, just because it continues to create shape to your face. I had a drawing class forever ago, oh my goodness. And I had an amazing teacher who did a really good job of helping me figure out how to draw a face. And in learning to draw a face, I kind of learned how to define it too, okay? So when you feel your own face, which I wouldn't advise doing if you already did your foundation, but when you feel your own face, your temple is right here. So that is where your head goes in. So that is where, it's like a valley where it's gonna be deeper than the rest of your face, and the light's gonna hit, the stuff that the light hits first gets the highlight, and the stuff that the light hits last gets the shadow. Okay, so this little spot right here, okay, it's not your whole forehead that needs contour. It's literally this little spot right here, which I have purple hair dye on, but that is where you want your contour, okay? And so then you want to kind of back it off a little bit in this area. This is where highlight's going to be because this part of your face touches the light first, or sorry, the light touches it first, okay? So then keep feeling, that's the end of my cheekbone. Find the end of yours, and that is where you want your contour to be, okay? That's the next dark spot. And then your chin, right? And so then this is a dark spot. Now, I tend to avoid putting contour on my lower part of my face just because I feel like I end up looking like I have a line of makeup, right? Okay, so I'm just, for your own benefit, I'm just gonna show you where this, I have a little foundation left on here, and I'm gonna show you where the line is. Okay, now we don't want this intense of a line, but I'm just gonna show you this really harsh line, okay? So that's where you can go back in with just a blank brush that doesn't have anything on it, or just you use for your, this is what I use for my powder. And you can kind of, little blend, yep. All right, get it, girl? Just blend that boy, because the more you blend it, the more natural it's gonna look. Now, you might ask, okay, well, this is a low spot. Why don't I make it dark there? Because we are fighting the natural look of our face where we get these dark spots here because it's thinner and because this is more inset. We don't want that to be darker because we want our eyes to be bright. That's why we put a highlight like right in this little corner, and we do like our thicker concealer and stuff under here because we're covering that darker circles. But you would be correct in assuming that this is a highlight position and this is a contour position. Same with like this little spot on your nose. I tend not to do it just because I don't know, I don't dislike my nose shape, so I'm not like trying to fight against it, and it ends up, I don't end up making it look very good, so that's just me though. Okay, so now you can see the difference. When you're looking straight on, there's a little bit more definition here, right? A little more shaping. But 2 fingers, okay? Try not to get past those 2 fingers with your contouring. So don't contour all the way to the corner of your mouth, because then you're just gonna look ridiculous. But you can tell it creates more definition in my face, right? It makes my face look narrower over here because of the contouring, which I actually need a tiny little bit more. And it doesn't need to be a harsh line. We're going for natural. Okay. And that is why we use the angled brush. So same thing on this side. Top of my ear to the corner of my mouth, and kind of use like an invisible line is right where I want to put the contour. All right, so we're working that in. The natural light I have going here kind of makes it harder for you to see what I'm doing. But that's okay. All right, so then we want to go in our temple right there and put the darker contour right there. All right, now this is where I always struggle. My contour's a little higher on this side than it is on this side. So I'm just gonna kind of play around with adding this in. I'm not adding any more product to my brush. I'm just blending the color around. Okay. Okay. Pretty even. Nice. Okay. Put that back. Okay. Now I like to do my highlighter before I do my blush because I'm weird. I forgot my highlight brush. One second. Okay. I have a big and a little highlight brush. Okay. So I'm going to show you the benefits of both. This is my giant highlight fan brush. I kind of love it, but I kind of hate it because when I go and try and put it on my face, the product, it's hard, first of all, it's hard to get product on this whole entire area because the highlight I'm going to be using, my favorite Anastasia, is these circles, right? So this is way bigger than those, right? So you can kind of like do this side and then do the middle and then do that side, but then you end up with so much highlighter on your face, kind of looks ridiculous. So I don't use this one that much. But this amazing little baby tiny fan brush came with eyeshadow brushes that I bought a while ago. And so I'm going to use Starburst. It's kind of fun name. It's this pink color here. This is an old palette, as you can tell. But it's kind of got like these pink undertones, which I really have in my skin naturally. And then Marshmallow is like a white and gold sort of. So I kind of like to combine those ones. Okay. And I like to tap it off a little bit because I don't want to go too crazy. Okay, so highlight is the highest part of your cheek, right here. Okay, but you don't want a line. So what I tend to do is apply it kind of where I want it, coming from the corner of my eye, and then come with the thick part of the brush and go back over it like that. So I get rid of like the sharp line that was there, but I have it in the right area. Okay, so it kind of creates a C. I like to have a good highlight on my eye. Right up there in that corner. And then just kind of bring it down. And you can kind of do like little circles a little bit too, just to blend it in. Again, don't get it too close to the corner. And then actually, I do like to highlight right here. I don't want to go all the way up there just because that part is a little bit more inset. But right on the tip of your nose. And then these, see how your lips, the little peaks of your lips have these 2 lines here? You want to highlight the valley in between, which I don't really know why, but it does look pretty when you do it. You're really more highlighting the peak of your lips than anything. Okay, but make sure you blend it, otherwise it looks kind of funny. Okay, same thing on the other side. This is the spot where I want it. And I'm coming from up here now and blending, blending. Blending is our best friend, guys, okay? Blend always. I like this because it follows the shape of my eyebrows too. Okay. Now, I don't have a tiny little brush over here because we didn't do eyeshadow, so I'm just going to use my pinky and take my lightest highlight and put it right in the corner. Do this before you do your mascara. Otherwise, it gets on your mascara and looks silly. But I love having highlight in the corner of my eyes. I just think it's so pretty. It brightens your eyes so much too. Okay, and then blush. I just like to use, these are fun. This is a unicorn horn brush. Really pretty little bristles. It's like all different colors. It's kind of a fun one. Okay, but for my blush, I'm gonna use this brush. Okay, it's not wanting to come out of the palette, so I'll just gotta be careful not to get the other eyeshadow on it. Okay, so where do we put blush? On the apples. These big round parts of our cheek. And I like to just kind of use it to blend my contour and my highlight together. Don't go too far up because you don't blush all the way up here. And if you do, you tend to try and cover it up. The natural blush is just this little round spot right here, okay? So don't go too far up this way and don't go too far this way. All right, other side as well. I've kind of figured out where the apples on my cheeks are from doing it so much. But if you want to smile and just put it on your corners, that works too. All right, now what did we forget? We forgot mascara, my favorite. I love mascara. You can do false lashes if you really want to, but I cannot be bothered. I find false lashes so difficult to use. And I don't know, my eyelashes are all right. Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them, but anyways, there they are. Okay, so I like this brush. Little short bristles because it helps separate my eyelashes. I'm gonna come real close and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm separating them, doing some wiggle motion. I like to make sure I get all the way to the corner of my eyelashes. Okay, and make sure you get all the way to this edge too, because those get forgotten and you don't want to forget those ones. And then I like this massive baby. This brush is amazing to sort of add thickness to my eyelashes. Okay, and if they get a little too crazy, I go back in with the small one and sort of touch up. And then I also use a small one on my bottom lashes. They get really clumpy really easily. So you really mostly want to use sort of like the combing motion on your bottom eyelashes. Okay, and you don't want to get too far in because then they do look kind of spidery. All right, this is the only thing I can do with my left hand. Makeup, in regards to makeup. Mastered it a long time ago because I was like, you know what, I'm sick of getting mascara right on the middle of my nose, my little bridge of my nose. So I figured out how to do it with my left hand, just patiently and slowly. And I tend to sort of wiggle my head when I'm using my left hand instead of my hand because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess up. But that's okay. Nobody's perfect. That's our mantra for today. Ooh. I swear, like every other time I do my makeup, I poke myself in the eye with my mascara. Ooh. And then sometimes in my left eye gets a little more clumpy just for whatever reason, or just how the direction of my eyelashes. All right. And if you're having a hard time with your eyelashes getting clumpy, this bad boy, let me show you, hang on. On the other side of your eyebrow brush, you can use that to comb, or you can even use this bristly end if you want, to kind of like comb over it once you've done your mascara. But okay, so I'm not even gonna put lipstick on, maybe some chapstick if you want to get your natural lip color to come out, but I'm just doing, this is my natural, quick, easy makeup tutorial. So if we compare it to the beginning, my eyebrows don't look quite as intense and scary because I did the rest of my makeup. But again, if you don't do your eyebrows, don't worry about it. So yeah, that is my basic, easy makeup tutorial. I talked a lot, so it took a lot longer than it needed to, but if you're just doing this on your own, it shouldn't take more than like 10 or 15 minutes. So good luck, guys. Have a great day. Comment, like, subscribe, all those YouTube things. And please, I would love to do a video because someone asked me about something they wanted to learn about or wanted to see. So please, please, please comment and let me know what you want to see next and all that good stuff. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.